Let's see what they come with here off a baseline out of bounds.
They've had 13 straight misses. Jabari Hines back out to Davis. Wide open look at a three. 14 straight misses.
Good look by Davis there, though. They can live with that look. Got it out of their cut.
26 rebounds combined over the first 8+ minutes. Now 27 rebounds combined. That's a lot of rebounds in a short period of time.
Rebounding stats can be deceiving. You know, you can lead your league in rebounding, and it's because you miss a lot.
Antoine Space spinning toward the basket. He scores. Makes it a 15-5 game. Duquesne by 10.
Well, that's the skill set on the big guy to transfer from Texas A&M. He's in much better shape now than he was earlier in the year, and with a skill set like that at that size, he can make a big difference.
Space the other way, and he's got the left-handed lay-in. There's the last two baskets. Before he had his last one, UMass had gone 6 minutes and 4 seconds between field goals. Hadn't had a point in over 6 minutes. That's the definition of a drought. Hook shot, no good. Anderson the rebound. Pass to Hines, and Hines stepping toward the basket. He scores, he's fouled, and he will go to Hines. Big day against VCU. He makes the basket, completes the three-point play. So the first 8 minutes and 51 seconds, UMass had 3 points. The last 29 seconds, they've had 7.
Basketball is a game of runs, and they come running right back here at Duquesne. Get themselves back in the game here with 10 minutes to go.
Marquell Jackson with a basketball, hands to Powell. Powell gives to Coulter. Open in the corner. It was Jackson, he missed, and here comes Hines running the floor. Too much for Anderson, but a foul is whistled.
Teammate, he's in there for a...
Derek Coulter whistled for a foul, his first. And Anderson knocks time, just took over.
Anything you get from Anderson is candy. You're not expecting him to have a big game, but when he comes out and plays this well, it's just wonderful for your club.
Ducks around Coulter and nails a three. And UMass is on an 11-0 run. Close the gap to just 1 point.
You have to chase Trey Davis inside the three-point stripe.
Coulter looking to answer. He does with a three. And now it seems like both teams have zeroed in the range. Davis to the basket. That's stripped away, but 11 points since just a
set of Davis. It doesn't matter if he misses his last 3 shots. He's going to come down and take a wide open three. He's a shooter with great confidence.
Here's James. Lost the handle on it momentarily. Bergantino with a strong rebound. Pass ahead, Hines. He'll dish to Davis. Spots up. Missed the three. They're not afraid to shoot from outside that arc.
No, the game of basketball has evolved this way too. Now you see.
Here comes Hines. 9 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the first half. 2-point lead for the Duquesne Dukes. Duquesne coming off a tough loss, a close loss to the 19th ranked Dayton Flyers. Played very well against Dayton. And Hines tries a three. Oh, it got a bounce off the top of the glass.
He touched every part there. You're right. They had a great game the other night at Dayton. If you lose at Dayton by 1 possession, you're playing at a very, very high level, because that is as tough a place to play as there is in America.
Well, UMass with their first lead since they were up 3-0. Whistle and a foul.
Every now and then you got to get lucky.
It's just like you call them in a game of horse, right?
Yeah, off the rim, off the top of the board, and back in, right?
Yeah, sure. Now Powell changing hands. And that's stripped by Anderson. Minutemen with the basketball again. 8:20 to go, first half. Antoine Space off to Jabari Hines.
Duquesne playing small now with Gill at the 5, so they can switch any screen on the floor.
Inside Space, little baby hook. That's knocked away by L.G. Gill. And it's 21-18. That equals the largest lead for UMass.
There was good recognition there, seeing a switch, and Mason was stuck defending Space in the post.
Marquell Jackson holding onto the basketball. Getting it back from James. Shot clock working its way now under 10 seconds. Mason launches. Comes up just shy. And Space with the rebound. Antoine Space had a season high 14 points against St. Bonaventure back on the 9th of January.
Every athlete involved to the end of the season, they're excited about the opportunity to come into a tournament and shake things up and beat a Cinderella.
UMass with a 3-point lead, and looks like an offensive foul off the ball.
Hip out on the defender.
And now Micah Mason with a chance with LG Gill. Duquesne with a basketball again. 7:15 to go first half with Tom Pecora. I'm Tim Neverett from the A.J. Palumbo Center in Pittsburgh. Glad you're with us on ASN watching Atlantic 10 basketball. Another foul whistle.
But deflection and then a foul on him chasing the ball down.
7 points for. And he graduated from Texas A&M after playing there, and then with a year left enrolled at UMass and is playing out his college eligibility in Amherst. It's a big rebound there too.
Yeah, huge no-no. Those are the things that make us coaches crazy. Foul line situation. Everyone's organized. They know their responsibility. You can't let up offensive rebounds.
Hines missed the three. Darius Lewis the rebound. Well, you mentioned those things that make coaches crazy. I'm guessing it's a long list.
If you have a good team, not so long.
Hines to the basket. Tried to dump it off, and it's taken away by Steele. But he may have stepped on the line, and the ball will go back to UMass.
Under the hoop and then just dribbling it back out the other side if you don't like what you have. You don't have to.
Well, Hines will inbound the ball on the near sidelines. Here's C.J. Anderson. Trey Davis. Here's Coleman. Lewis on the rebound as the Dukes trying to trim this lead. 22-18, 4-point advantage for UMass. Here's Steele. Dumps it off to a cutting LG Gill, who hammers it home. Boy, what a cut. And Steele read it well. He drew the defender toward him perfectly. The steal. James, pass ahead Mason. And Mason to the basket, missed the finger roll.
Got to put that one on the glass.
Davis, wide open look, missed the three. Space the rebound and the stick back. Still a 4-point edge for UMass with 5:41 left in the half. And a technical foul has been whistled on Antoine Space.
Space did a great job getting inside, weak side, being able to get that offensive rebound. And then after he finished, he started barking a little bit at the Duquesne players and then at the bench. And that's not going to happen in this game with Jamie Lucky around. So Jamie banged him with a tee.
He makes the second.
Than that, you got to understand you can't give points back after making a play like that.
Mason gets a high screen, and a foul is going to be whistled on Darius Lewis. Trey Davis bumped into him. The offensive foul and turnover, the 8th for Duquesne. Coleman handoff to Davis. Clark to Hines. Minutemen have won 2 straight. And a big win against VCU on Thursday. Underneath, Hines trying to reverse lay-in, and Gill battling with Rashawn Holloway. And jump ball, a 280. He's a freshman from Elmer, New Jersey. He takes up a lot of space in the post.
He sure does. He looks like a heck of a left tackle to me.
Yeah. Put some shoulder pads and a helmet on him.
Yeah, big long arms, good feet.
Mason skip pass. James, 3. Eric James knocks that down. He's got 5 points, and the game tied at 24.
Eric James continues to get better and better. Only a sophomore. His role has grown as the season's gone on here, and he's really responded well to it.
Here comes Holloway backing in, knocked away. Looked like Gill defended him, but Mason came up with the loose ball. Mason not afraid to shoot from way out there. Steele an open look. He's got a three. Nerves of steel for Josh. And a steal by Mason. He'll launch. Rebound, Steele got two. Right place, right time for Josh Steele.
Duquesne getting some great minutes out of Josh Steele. A couple of jumpers by him, an effort play there. Very impressive coming off the bench.
All of a sudden, the Dukes with a 5-point lead. And a whistle. A foul on Duquesne, Tyshawn Powell.
Lane.
Well, Jim Ferry hoping he sees a lot more of that. No, there's not much little about him at 6'7", 210. Holloway on the miss. There's Gill on the rebound. 3:42 to go in the first half. 5-point lead for Duquesne. Sean Powell, Micah Mason. Open in the corner. Steele got another. That's a three. Josh Steele has provided a spark for Duquesne, and he now has a career-high 11 points.
Like I said, it's all candy. When you get players like that to step up and give you what he's done, right now he's the player of the game in the first half so far.
Previous high was 8 against New Orleans. Inside, Holloway got 2 for UMass.
When Holloway gets that prime-time position deep in the paint, he's a threat offensively. Now on the defensive end, they're going to have his man come out and set ball screens and make him have to come out and get involved in ball screen defense.
Mason gets a screen from Gill. Powell, bullet pass to LG Gill, another dunk. Gill with 7 points, and Duquesne has now built an 8-point lead.
High field goal percentage, whether it's an individual player or a team, it's because people are playing within themselves. They understand their roles and are taking shots they can make.
And Hines hits a three. Jabari Hines was on the line. That'll be 2. Not a 3 for Hines. And Hines on the defensive side.
Delivery. Not a lot of forwards can throw that pass from the top of the circle. Good job on the entry pass.
Quick foul whistled on Trey Davis. Steele has extensive international experience. Here is Micah Mason's shot. He'll get
this, and then you need players to rise in February, and it looks like Steele is doing that today.
Standing an 8-point lead. Anderson back in the game for UMass. So is Antoine Space. Dante Clark. Minutemen whip it around the perimeter. Shot clock is down to 10. And that'll be a foul on UMass. And another technical foul on the Minutemen. Foul originally on Zach Coleman, Massachusetts, this half.
You know, good. Little frustration there. You got to keep it together, guys. Good teams close out. Duquesne's on a bit of a roll. They're playing small defensively. It's a frustrating defense to play against because they're switching every screen and all of a sudden get great separation going into the half. You got to keep your cool.
Well, since the first technical foul that was whistled on Antoine Space, the Dukes are on an 18-4 run.
You know, there's a lot of coaches that look at the officials before games and evaluate. Do they call a tight game? Are you going to be able to talk to them through the course of the game? This is a great officiating crew right here, so there should be no issues with that.
Lob inside to Powell, like Anderson might have pushed on.
We're up, and a run going into the half here by Duquesne might do it.
Dukes now the double bone advantage, looking for 12 here. Twinsburg, Ohio is home for Powell. He goes 2 for 2 from the stripe.
A big possession here for UMass. They got to come up with a good shot attempt on this and stop the bleeding.
James trying to steal. A reach-in foul will be called on Eric James, his second. And for UMass, they played Thursday.
One of the things, too, is when you go on the road in the month of February, it's tough enough to win on the road. February, everyone's getting fatigued. You're shortening up your practices as a coach, and you want to try to keep them fresh.
Well, James lost the handle on it.
That's ball toughness right there. He's got to be stronger with that basketball so it can't get ripped out of his hands. He would have had a dunk.
And Space trying to put it down. Coleman finally does as he picks up the loose ball. 40-30, 10-point lead for Duquesne.
Coach Ferry looking for the over the back on that one, but I think both players going for the basketball.
Rashawn Miller is in the game, a walk-on freshman for UMass, wearing 31. And he tried to get in the way of LG Gill, but he couldn't do it. And Gill puts down his third dunk of the game.
Very athletic, great finish.
Davis ducks under one defender, draws a few, but the loose ball pulled ahead. Passing around a defender was Mason. And a foul called as Tyshawn Powell went to the basket.
Time athlete, obviously spends a ton of time in the weight room on his body, and you know, the future is bright for him. Only a junior.
Powell debuted at Pepperdine this year. He missed the first 3 games of the season. And he has played in every game since playing against Pepperdine.
We mentioned it earlier, having these athletic wings playing the way they do, Gill, James, Powell, that is big for Duquesne. Going to hold for one here.
But coming up at the half, we'll take you back to our West Palm Beach studios. Monica McNutt will have your halftime activities. A look back at this one. Check up on the 8:10 news of the day. And Monica will take over there. There's Trey Davis. He knocks down a 3. So
see if they can get something long here on a quick catch or a deflection.
Almost.
To get him from Mason locker room. Let's go out and dominate the first 5 minutes. If you're Duquesne, you want to extend this lead and try to put this game away. And if you're UMass, you want to make sure you get right back in it.
So the Minutemen with the basketball to start the second half. Trey Davis getting a screen from Bergantino. Clark ducks under Eric James. One thing about UMass is Jabari Hines starts the half with a 3. Is that in 11 of the last, or 7 of their last 11 games, I should say, they've either been tied or had the lead in the second half. And they have had issues in a number of games not finishing in the second half.
Well, that's key. You got to finish plays. You have to finish games. Possessions late in the clock. That's what solid clubs do.
Foul is whistled against Darius Lewis.
Here's your senior picking you up right after the second half, and Jabari Hines drains it. Nothing but net.
Jabari Hines, Mount Vernon, New York, home to Hines. Coulter guarding him. Again, it's Bergantino setting the screen, and Hines on the miss. Micah Mason comes up with a rebound. Eric James trying to fire a pass, but there was Hines right in the way. Should be an easy 2 for him. Hines puts it down. Hines now with 11. Now make it 13. 13 points for Jabari Hines.
Big steal and great start here for UMass. They cut it to 5 right out of the gate.
Hines the high scorer for Massachusetts. And a 3 knocked down. LG Gill. LG Gill with 12.
And his feet are set. He's an excellent 3-point shooter. It's not going to hurt you off the bounce much, but if he catches it and he's organized and shot ready, he'll knock it down.
Davis trying to dribble through traffic, finds Clark. Short jumper baseline, gets a friendly roll on the road. And quickly down court go the Dukes. Jim Ferry's team doesn't really use much of the shot clock. I'm not sure they pay attention to it all that much, the way that they try to get shots up.
Well, you know, everyone was talking about shortening the clock from getting shots up. Most teams are playing fast. The days of playing slow, trying to score in the last 5 seconds, of a shot clock possession are gone for the most part.
That was L.G. Gill's second personal foul, so Massachusetts with the ball again. And Hines finds Clark. Tight roping the sideline. Davis pulls up. Bergantino couldn't get the inside position. Gill did. 17:33 remaining.
Coulter's been quiet. Expect him to get it going here a little bit. Forcing it there in big time traffic. They're staying home on the wings. When Coulter penetrates, UMass's defense is staying on shooters on the perimeter, and they're going to force Coulter to finish in traffic.
4 turnovers this half for the Dukes in 5 possessions. Coulter battles to keep his dribble. All right, what a player Derek Coulter has been. Starting his 116th straight game. Up and under, no good. Mason. The Dukes remain at home, and on Wednesday night will host George Washington. There'll be a 7 o'clock tip right here at the Palumbo Center. Meantime, the Minutemen remain on the road. They'll head to Fordham and take on the Rams at 7 o'clock. That'll be their next opponent. Davis spinning into the lane, kicks it out, wide open shot for space. Too short, and Mason flies for the rebound.
That's a big difference from Micah Mason. You see him rebounding the basketball this season, kicking the ball out after penetration. He's really become a complete player for Duquesne.
And James fouled.
Now, Duquesne wants to get a good look at it as baseline out of bounds. You know, to change things up second half of the year, put a new wrinkle in, gives you an opportunity to get a good look.
Lob to Gill. Bergantino bumped him. He's in the post.
Now expect Duquesne to go back to the ball screens and force the big guy to come out and have to get involved in ball screen defense on the perimeter.
Mason whips it out to Coulter. Hines guarding him.
Here comes Lewis.
Blind pass to Mason. 3 ball is good.
That's great side action that they run there. A little ball screen, shooter pops. If the defender on the shooter goes and helps it all on that roll man from the ball screen, you're going to get a wide open 3.
13 points now for Mason, and Antoine Space got that ball jammed between the
A-10 tournament there for 2 years, and then back to Barclays.
Into DC after that. Sean Powell hands off Derek Coulter. Coulter drawing a crowd. Now Gill open. Gill down the lane. Had the ball stripped. It rolls. Plenty of time for them to shoot.
Here's the ball screen. Get the big guy involved to roll.
Coulter missed. Had a good open look at that 3. Now Hines whips it to the left in the corner. Davis, he's got a 3. Trey Davis, the senior out of Dallas, Texas. He had 18 points in the game against VCU. He's got 11 here. And Powell inside for a hammer. Sean Powell with 5 points off the bench for the Dukes.
Impressive finish again. Front court guys for Duquesne attacking the basket, finishing everything with 2-hand tomahawk dunks.
Big screen up top. Pick and roll. Holloway doesn't get the ball. And Davis took the extra step.
A bounce pass and then a big strong finish with 2 hands in traffic. Great scorers are like great cab drivers. They know where they're going and they get it done in traffic, Timmy.
How did he get so far below the defender?
It's quite an art form, isn't it?
Did he know a shortcut?
Another week for a college basketball official. They're all over the place.
And we're taking a look at the Trey Davis 3. Whether his foot was on the line, it'll count as a 3. Powell left-hand dribble drives, and he is fouled before the shot. Kellogg's team.
Do smart about your play.
You saw Anderson pick up his fourth, so the first UMass Minuteman in deep foul trouble now is C.J. Anderson, the guard. Mason on the switch. He's got Coleman guarding him. Lob inside. Powell mismatch size-wise. Kicks it across court. Gill missed. And the rebound to space. Up ahead Hines.
That was a great look by Gill. If you have a skilled four-man, a stretch four, so to speak, offense is just so much easier because there's so much space out there for you. Gill had a great look there, put it right on the heel of the rim. Not a bad miss, and we know he can make those shots.
Oh, Hines just fires one up over Coulter and knocks it down. Behind the back dribble.
He's in his rhythm and he's playing like that veteran senior we spoke about. The light's going on. He understands what he needs to do, and he's making the most of every possession.
Jabari Hines with 15 points. Entry pass. James gets that one to go. Good look to him from Tyshawn Powell.
That's a very impressive play. When you go forward to forward on a play like that, you have a skilled forward making that pass. Not a lot of teams can do that.
Space backing in. And a foul on Powell. Last was against George Washington in January. And now he's got 10. That's his 13th, but not only does he have a double-figure scoring game, he's got double figures in rebounds with 10, so a double-double for him. And another technical foul on Coleman. That's the third tech whistled against Massachusetts. Derek Kellogg not happy.
These will come back and bite you in the tail at the end of a game, especially a close one.
Coleman got called for one, Clark got called for one, and Space got called for one.
This is a seasoned veteran officiating crew. You know, it's not like you got a bunch of rookies out there that you're going to jaw at and they're going to turn away.
Coleman trying to plead his case on the bench.
Good luck with that.
There's a steal. And Clark somehow getting near the basket, and L.G. Gill knocking the ball away. Foul in 77 straight games now. It seems that Jim Ferry's finding some guys that are playing.
As coaches, we talk to players all the time. Are you dependable and are you durable? Are you going to be able to play through it? This time of the year after a game, you go into a locker room, everyone should have ice on them. It's February, everybody's been playing hard, and you play through being hurt. There's a difference between being hurt and being injured. And if you're going to play and compete on this level, you play when you're hurt.
Powell against Bergantino one-on-one. Bergantino stuffed him. Powell got the ball back, got it to Steele. Now Coulter. Steele had an open look, gave it up. Powell in the middle. Fouled on his way to the basket. Beautiful. Huge campus. I mean, just gigantic. Still is. But now multi-sports, baseball, football, basketball. And Powell, one of the benefactors of going there. 7 points for Tyshawn. Clark for three. Couldn't get the bounce. A battle underneath. Coleman comes up with it as UMass tries to find ways to get the ball in the bucket. 12 minutes to go. And it's a 58-47 lead. That's changed. 58-49. Jabari Hines with the bucket.
Hines has been a one-man show in keeping them in the game. And anytime they need a bucket to not let this game get away from him, he finds a way to score it.
There is Coulter. Hines comes up with a rebound.
Coulter having a rough day from the field.
And Coleman with a basket. He is fouled. He'll go to the line for a potential three-point play. His exodus to the line. 7-point lead for Duquesne. Coulter trying to heat up. Coulter with just 5 points. Lob inside. LG Gill got it to go. Terrific play by LG Gill. Super feed by Mason.
And finishes the play. Now knock down the free throw, son.
And he does. Gill with 15 points. And UMass now in some foul trouble. 3 players with 4 fouls. Dante Clark, Tyler Bergantino, and CJ Anderson. And a foul whistled underneath. That basket's going to go, and it'll count for Antoine Space. And now Darius Lewis with his 4th foul.
That's called during the timeout by Coach Kellogg.
First career double-double today. 11 rebounds to go along with his 12 points. And a rebound there for Tyshawn Powell.
Derek Coulter struggled shooting the ball, but he hasn't lost his composure. He's still getting his teammates shots and running great offense.
Terrific play by LG Gill, now with 17. And Hines finding Davis. Wide open in the corner is Clark, but got it back out to Hines. Josh Steele closed on him. What about this defensive arrangement here for Duquesne?
Well, I think they want to force him to take it up over the top, so they throw a little zone at him. They can also run their 55 or man-to-man defense where they switch everything. So it's basically the same as a matchup zone.
Davis pushes that one toward the basket, and it falls. Trey Davis picks up a 3-point basket. He has a quiet 14 points.
Now he's the one that you want to chase inside that stripe. You got to fight over that screen when it happens and force him to take it in for a contested 2.
G. Gill trying to answer. Davis back the other way with Hines. Hines switches hands and throws up a left-handed runner that counts. Long pass to Steele. Down the middle, Powell. Stripped away by Space. Loose ball picked up by UMass ultimately. And Davis with 16 points.
Great anticipation there by Davis to jump the pass off the dive on the floor there. And right back in the hunt here. 3-point game for UMass.
Steele with some room. Missed that shot. And now UMass on a 7-0 run.
Duquesne's got no offensive flow right now. They've got to get a little bit of offensive flow, show some patience, set some solid screens, and get great looks. They're coming down and just taking quick threes.
Space backing in, a size mismatch there with Coulter guarding him. Hines for 3. And how about Jabari Hines? 22 points for Hines. 2-point effort this afternoon.
Yeah, he's got to be a focal point, obviously. They got to lock him up. The other 9 at Dayton, I believe they were up 12-14 at one point. Duquesne ended up losing the game by 2, gave up a lead. So they got to take care of business here. They got to start driving the basketball. 18 fouls against UMass.
Coulter missed a little short of the 3-point attempt. Space backs it off for Davis. Davis ducks under one man, fires it up. Strong rebound by Coulter. Ahead to Powell. Couldn't get the dunk to go, and Coleman comes up with it. Bit of a track meet, an end-to-end basketball game. Hines, who has 22, had gone 17 straight games without a 20-point performance until today. Hines has been a big offensive force for Derek Kellogg's team. Clark puts it in play to Coleman. The handoff back to Clark. Hanging, running shot, no good. And LG Gill gets the possession back for the Dukes. Here comes Coulter going the length of the court. He picks up the
Position defense if you're UMass.
point. And the next foul by Duquesne will put UMass in the bonus. They have 6. A 2-point lead. 65-63. And Derek Coulter, after the make, now is in 10th place all time in scoring at Duquesne.
Your combinations on the floor with the plays that you're calling.
Gill on the rebound off the miss by Antoine Space. Coulter going to the basket and nowhere to go for him. Now James. He's got himself a three. Eric James hits his second three-pointer of the game. He's in double figures with 10 points.
On that last possession, you see Jabari steal him 4 minutes and down into the end of the game.
And Derek Kellogg's teammate at UMass, Marcus Camby, was recently named to the A-10 Legends class of 2016. I would say Camby carved out a very good NBA career for himself. 17 years.
He was one heck of a player. And Derek Kellogg is a team. Your competitive stamina, your ability to stay locked in, continue to compete.
Davis hits it. Prior to that free throw, UMass was 50% from the line, only 8 of 16, 9 of 17 now. Still right around 50%, not where you want to be. And a whistle. Lewis at the line. He'll have 1-on-1. And the double bonus now. That's why he's got the 2. And here comes Hines back up the court for UMass. 6:33 remaining in this one. UMass trying to steal one on the road from Duquesne. Duquesne's been very good at home, 10-2 here at the Palumbo Center. That one out of bounds back to Duquesne.
There. Well executed by the defense.
Mason picked up at half court by Davis. Now he's doubled and throws the ball away. Back to UMass, a turnover for his team.
Little roll and replace action there. You got to deliver that pass. If so, the next pass would have led to a layup.
Anderson in the game with 4 fouls for UMass. Coleman looking for some help. Under 6 minutes to go. Shot clock is under 10. Here's Space to the basket and an offensive foul whistled on Antoine Space. Second foul on him.
He's outside the arc and he gives up his body.
4-point lead for Duquesne. Chance to extend that here with this possession. Eric James to the basket. Left hand swatted away by Coleman. James missed a chance to get the rebound and Davis dribbles out. Wide open Jabari Hines for 3 more. And Hines with 25, a new career high for Jabari Hines. That's the 24 he had against Central Arkansas on the 19th of November. And Micah Mason, not to be outdone, knocks one down of his own.
Need to be heard from Mason there. It's important for him to get involved here. Him and Coulter are keys. Organized, catch it, knock it down. He is on fire right now.
Going to see a progressive.
Fouls called. You get an opportunity to show your wares coming off the bench.
26 for Hines, the former West Virginia Mountaineer. 3-point edge. Duquesne up 72-69. Mason. And a rebound by James. Put back no good as Lewis had a chance.
Got a good look at it, wasn't able to knock it down.
Mason seems to like that spot on the floor. He thought about a shot again, but he was guarded. LG Gill. Lewis open for a stick back. And he's fouled.
Great rebound by the big guy. And he's got that big body and makes him play through his shoulders.
Third foul on Space, and that's the 3-point. And Lewis now with 6 points for Duquesne.
Big stop here for Duquesne. It's a big defensive possession. I'm sure UMass will run something that gets Hines involved. Right now, he's their primary offensive weapon.
Space trying to screen Coulter out of the way for Hines. Davis ducks underneath and Space reverse layup is good. How did he get that one to fall?
That's a soft touch by a big fella right there.
14 points for Space.
Degree of difficulty involved in that shot.
And Coleman's going to be whistled
in the A-10 tournament.
He was fouled by Zach Coleman just before the with 3. And for the Dukes, Lewis, Powell, and Gill all with 4.
Free throws are going to be huge here moving forward. Both teams in the double bonus now. You get to the line, you got to make them.
3.5 minutes to go. Hines for 3. Got another. Free throws will be big for Duquesne, but those threes for Hines, who now has extended his career high to 29, will be huge also.
Now UMass extends their little double team as the ball comes across half court.
Mason double team. That ball's going to fall. Strong move by Eric James.
That's a great catch and finish out of a blitz there. They doubled him. Good job kicking the ball out and then a good strong finish.
12 points for James. A foul whistled at the other
right now and start face guarding Hines. Not allow Hines to get any clean looks.
Well, Jim Ferry's team has been grinding out wins.
And that's what good basketball teams do. You find ways to win. They're not all going to be beautiful, but
they try to be tenacious defensively. They've been holding opponents to the lowest shooting percentage in 45 years, just over 40%. Trying to get that to continue here today.
UMass is doubling those ball screens now. Good job giving it up early before the double gets there.
And Davis got teed up. That's the 4th technical foul on UMass. So that'll count as his 4th foul. Again, we told you coming into this game, the Minutemen had 2 technical fouls combined all season. They've doubled that in less than 40 minutes today.
Here we are back at the foul line, and Mason, their best free throw shooter, knocking 2 down.
See if we can pick it up. He probably said a magic word or 2 right there.
Yeah.
6'5". Good athlete.
He's had a fine game today. Now he's got to close it out defending and rebounding for the Dukes.
82-76, 2:22 left. Davis jump stop, kicks it out to Hines. He's on fire. He's got another. 32 points for Jabari Hines. At 10 in the App Store or Google Play.
Full court pressure here. Tough to do with a veteran backcourt of Mason and Coulter.
3-on-2, and again the dunk no good. Space diverted it. Davis, he's got a 3. And we're tied at 82 with under 2 minutes to play.
There's the power of the 3 right there. You get a big guy attacking on a dunk. That's missed, no whistle. Big guy attacks there. Lewis goes up and gets all ball. Now they're going in the other direction. In the old days, that would be a layup. Not anymore. Now Davis spot.
Hines commits the blocking foul at the other end, and now the free throws becoming crucial. 12 of 14 from the line. Now add 1 more to those totals. Micah Mason's been money from the stripe.
He has. He's a great shooter, but an exceptional free throw shooter. Big stop here needed for Duquesne.
2-point lead.
And it's going to be Davis and Hines. They're going to run something involving Davis and Hines for sure.
Offensive foul. 2-point lead for Duquesne. UMass trying to squeak out their 11th win of the year. Duquesne looking for number 16.
Time and score now for Duquesne. They want to run this down the last 10 seconds of the shot clock. and then get something. They may not run ball screens because you're bringing a second defender to the basketball. So it's not a bad time to come out and slip one of those screens or just go 1-4 flat.
And they're going to call Darius Lewis for a foul, and he has now fouled out of this game.
Now they're small with Gill at the 5. They can switch every screen defensively here. And that might be a good thing late in the game here to take away some threes.
Davis curls and now tried to hand that one off to Bergantino, who's in the game with 4 fouls. UMass has committed 29 personal fouls in this game. Less than a minute to go. Space with 4 seconds. Davis fires it up. Coulter running it out. Coulter trying to lob it for Gill, but Dante Clark was there. And Clark to the basket. He's going to be fouled by Powell, and that'll cause Powell out.
There's Clark's drive to the basket. Good strong foul so the ball doesn't get all the way up to the rim on it. You don't want to allow a 3-point play. Coming the other way, Derek Coulter's got to pull that ball out, not be in a rush to get a layup. You're playing against the clock as much as you are against your opponent at this stage of the game.
Powell fouls out with 7 points. Still anybody's game. Here comes Nakai Sanders. 17.6 points a game. He has just 6. Make it 7 now. 1 point lead. And now Dante Clark to try to tie it with 41 seconds left. Even at 84. Sets up for a terrific finish here at the Palumbo Center. 30 seconds to go. Mason gets a screen from Gill. 10 seconds on the timer. 5 seconds to shoot. And a traveling violation is whistled against James, and the Dukes turn it over. Their 18th turnover. And now UMass in position to try to steal one.
Mason's got to see Hines take it. You might see Davis off a fake dribble handoff here, try to turn the corner, win the game at the foul line.
This game's been tied 5 times at 3 points, 24 points, 63. And that one will not go. A chance for Duquesne. Will it go? No.
And go get this game in overtime.
Duquesne will try to pressure. And he stepped on the line. Oh, what a break for the Dukes. Trey Davis stepped on the line trying to put the ball in play and turns it over.
Now watch something here with the back screen for a lob where the ball goes to the rim and it's just tipped in off of the lob play on the baseline OB.
Jim Ferry dialing up a play for this. Coulter will inbound. Bergantino comes in to guard the inbound, putting some size in front of Coulter. Coulter trying to get the lob in. He does. Steele fires it toward the basket, and we are going to overtime. 84 apiece at the end of regulation here in Pittsburgh. Derek Kellogg's team just did not quit today.
No, there's no quit in this game through the season. I know it sounds like coach speak, but it's all about one-game winning streaks. Just find a way to win this one.
Gill and Bergantino tip, and Bergantino wins that easily. Gets it back to Jabari Hines.
Right now it's about the next 5 minutes. Find a way.
Dante Clark. Here's Trey Davis. Clark is wide open. Ducks around one man. Fires up a long-range jumper. And for the second time, we have seen a three-pointer hit the top of the backboard and drop straight down. 87-84 UMass, and Clark in double figures with 11. Saw that in the first half. You didn't think you'd see it again, did you?
Yeah.
Now Mason looking to answer. And Space comes up with it. Jabari Hines will slow things down just a minute.
If you're Duquesne, you can't let a shot like that take the wind out of your sails defensively. You've got to bear down, and you got to string some stops together.
Space fires it to Clark. 5 seconds to shoot. Dante Clark, the runner, and he's got 5 points in the overtime to give the Minutemen an 89-84 lead.
Been fairly quiet all day. Now in the overtime period, he's dominating.
Here's James the other way. Gets around Bergantino. He'll have another chance. Bergantino fouls him. And Bergantino has fouled out. 4th player in this game to foul out.
It's the only true big man, and Gill playing at the 5 spot for
34 to go. James hits them both. He's got 15 points in the game. See the free throw numbers. Duquesne 27 out of 33. Just missed 6 of them. Space. Popped out of that screen. Has the ball. Coulter guarding him. Shot clock under 10. Lob inside for Space. Clark. Needs help. Now Hines gives him the help he wants. Another 3-ball for Jabari Hines. 35 points. What a day for Jabari Hines. Is at the other end. Micah Mason scores. So Hines will handle the basketball. UMass is 3 for 3 from the field in this overtime period, including 2 3-pointers. Duquesne, meanwhile, 1 for 4.
Clark's feeling it, and he takes it right off the bounce.
And a foul.
It's tough to win with only 2. You need that 3rd person.
Clark's next shot. Clark's next one up and good. And Ash with a 6-point lead. Is their largest lead of the game.
Well, it goes to show you, yeah, the power of that win the other night against VCU too just has given this team great confidence, and they continue to play through it.
Well, that's called over and back. Jabari Hines might have got a hand on that, but
yeah, can't have empty trips at this stage of the game. Down 6 with 2:20 left.
Both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. The possession arrow favoring Duquesne. And here's C.J. Anderson. Hines trying to work off the screen to get the switch with Gill covering him. Pull-up pop. Anderson tips it back to himself. Anderson just had better position than Steele that time. And a whistle off the ball. And another foul is whistled. This time it's called on Derek Coulter. His 3rd foul on Coulter.
If they make 2 here now, Duquesne's got to go to early offense. Right out of their break, they've got to run something where they can get a good look attacking the basket. The best would be attacking the basket, going to the foul line with the clock stopped and making some free throws. Obviously run something where you're going to be able to get a look for 3 early on if it's there. You don't need it right away if it's not a great look by one of your great shooters.
Space having a career game here. 15 points, 15 rebounds. His first double-double. Here's Mason again, rolling it off the glass. That's good. Micah Mason with 27.
A little extended defense here. Steele's got to get up and get into that earlier. They had 3 men up with
the act. He had early foul trouble, so he hasn't played very much today. Only 1 point for Anderson. The average is just under 4.
It's a big one here. Makes it a 3-possession game, getting it to 7. As coaches, we always look at our multiples of 3. You just want to think about number of possessions.
And extending the largest lead for UMass at 7. James for 3. Tipped around and finally in the hand. 11 points.
Earlier.
That one's good, and that ties a career high in points for Antoine Space. at 16 against Northwestern State a couple of seasons ago. Coulter with that hurry-up offense.
Good job there. Drive the bat.
It was the A-10 Player of the Week on the 21st of December.
7 on a make.
23 points. He has now 24. That's his 52nd double-digit game.
You still just drive it again here if you want. Pulls up, takes the 3.
UMass will go to the line again.
3, I believe, at one point.
So it's 192. An NBA score here today.
Coach Ferry will not be pleased. You never want to give up 100 points, but you definitely don't want to do it at home.
They got 101 points as Mason knocks that one down. Got a good roll. He's got 29. Now keep this in mind. Over the first 8 minutes of the game, Tom, UMass had just 3 points. Over the first 8 minutes. March 3rd.
There's no off nights in the Atlantic 10, especially when you go into someone else's house.
101-94 and a minute 3 to go. Anderson lobs it up to Davis, and Davis will try to kill a little clock. He is chased around by Markwell Saturday. They also go to Olean. It's a 3-hour ride from here. It's cold on that ride up there when you're about Erie. You get to Erie, Pennsylvania. It gets cold on that ride.
I did it about a month ago. We went from here. It was supposed to be 3 hours. It was about 5 with the snow coming down.
Oh, man. Here's L.G. Gill. He's got himself a 3.
Got to give a quick foul here.
6-7 3-pointers, 7 of 8.
On a 9, he's been so hot. He's had a tremendous game.
Hines 3 of 4 from the line. Make it 4 of 5. 37 points. Remarkable performance for Hines here today. Coulter, long 3. 40 seconds remaining. And
Jabari Hines is going to have an opportunity to go play overseas, and this will be the tape that they're sending around after transferring from West Virginia, having to sit the year. Everyone deserves a day like this, and he's had a great one today.
Mason for 3. Almost had a little help from the backboard. Now Anderson will get fouled with 20.
I know I was involved in one once as a coach. I might have got thrown out before both teams got to that point. Being so irate about the fact that everybody was just running down the floor and scoring. Big second half here. Huge second half and a huge overtime for UMass. Their ability to score and their offensive field goal percentage through the roof.
And Coulter makes it 99. UMass really building up their free throw numbers, 14 out of 18.
We'll play this out now.
108-99 for Duquesne. This was going to be a tough loss to swallow at home. And for UMass, another good win for them. They beat VCU Thursday. They come here to Pittsburgh and defeat the Duquesne Dukes. And they put 108 on the board to boot. So 11 wins now for the UMass Minutemen as they go to 4-8 in Atlanta.